Hey, what's up with it, y'all? Welcome to my podcast, Cold Narratives. I'm your host, Iceberg Green. About to let y'all hear some of these cold narratives. Check it out. What's up with it, y'all? Iceberg Green in the building. So today, we're going to talk about how corrupt my city has been, Oakland, California, for a long time. And to put this in context, we've always had a history of bad cops like Training Day. We didn't had a bunch of them. And right now we going through it again, and it has this history of bad cops. They say, the training is an issue, but it's never been an issue in Oakland. They've just had this mentality of, like a clan, it was sort of like a gang, something like that. They get together and they target people. Okay, so these officers, I really can't pronounce their last name, so we just gonna call them Matthew, Frank, Clarence, and Judd. And they sound like, you listen to the names, they sound like something, out of a white supremacist clique. But anyway, so these officers, they went around Oakland, California, targeted East Oakland specifically, West Oakland, and we had officers in North Oakland we used to call like Beavis and Buttheads because they really were like them, like some two white boys that would just come through and terrorize some shit. But going forward, we've always had a history of this. And, we had these different mayors come in talking about they going to help. Even the feds and came in and tried to help my city. But all they do is make it worse because they have an agenda, and you got to think 2000s when it started. And what started in 2000? Gentrification. Okay, so this is KTVU Channel 2 News. And this was 10 years ago or over 10 years ago. And this is their report on the riders. So this is their take on it. Check it out.
Oakland Police Department's trouble and turmoil began in the year 2000. 4 officers known as the Riders were accused of racial profiling, beating people, framing them, and planting drugs. 2013, the revolving door of chiefs was just beginning. Howard Jordan abruptly resigned. Anthony Toribio served just 2 days. Then Sean Went took over for several years. But soon multiple officer misconduct scandals, including a sex abuse scandal involving officers and the teenage daughter of a police dispatcher. Went was forced to resign. Ben Farrow took over. 5 days later, it was Paul Figueroa, replaced days after by City Administrator Sabrina Landreth.
We need to be a police department that is focused on behavior.
In 2017, Ann Kirkpatrick was named the first female chief.
Get your hand off the gun!
A year later, 5 officers shot and killed Joshua Pollock, an armed homeless man.
He was not posing a threat directly to the officers when he was unconscious or when he was sleeping.
That incident and the federal monitor accusing her of falling behind in making reforms cost Kirkpatrick her job. She later sued for wrongful termination and won. Darren Allison became acting chief, and months later, former San Mateo Police Chief Susan Mannheimer was appointed interim chief. Until LaRon Armstrong started in February 2021. By the fall, 9 officers were disciplined for their part in an offensive Instagram account involving sexist and racist posts.
You have to focus in on those that are committing crimes.
With numerous challenges facing the city, 2023 began with a new mayor and new allegations of mishandling officer misconduct cases. Armstrong was suspended, then fired, now added to a long list of chiefs who have come and gone.
Okay, so we're going to fast forward now to 2023. And this is also going on all over again, a new version. So now we got this Officer Tran. This guy has been terrorizing Oakland for over a decade, man, catching people up in cases. People that did years and years of time based on him coercing witnesses into, getting people convicted for crimes they didn't commit. This guy has been part of this Oakland culture and policing for a long time. And this is what is going on. And like I said, you don't see the mayor jumping up trying to talk about, oh, this is a bad thing. We need to stop them targeting black people in the community there. She's nowhere to be found. They've been trying to get in touch with this lady. She will not say anything about this matter because she know this is part of the culture that she wants to inherit. And I'm telling y'all, she's trying to get a hold on it. But yeah, this was going to come out eventually and she didn't expect it. That's why she's in hiding. But she needs to address it and let them know that it's time to stop targeting our black people in the community. This is Channel 2 KTVU 2 News 15 years later doing it again.
Another the case of a longtime Oakland police investigator who now finds himself on the other side of the law. He's facing charges of perjury, threatening a witness, and bribery of a witness. He has until tomorrow to surrender to authorities.
Tran, pictured here in this 2013 photo from the Oakland Police Department's Facebook page, has been an investigator with the department for more than a decade. The Alameda County District Attorney's Office formally charged him with perjury, threatening a witness, and bribing a witness. This is an interview investigator Tran did with KTVU about that break in the case back in 2013.
One of the community members or witnesses actually came forward and gave us the key piece that we needed to close this case.
But the witness later recanted her story. She admitted she never saw the murder happen and said she'd been pressured by Tran to lie. Tran is also accused of lying in court during this case. During the murder trial, he testified he didn't know the witness before the investigation. The woman said that was not true. She'd actually been working with Tran as an informal neighborhood informant for years. Last month, the two men who were convicted in Butler's killing, who were serving life sentences in prison, went free because a judge determined their convictions were based on lies. The Alameda County District Attorney's Office hasn't said whether other cases Tran investigated could be thrown out as well. As of this year, Tran had been continuing to work as an Oakland police investigator. He was not placed on administrative leave this year. The arrest warrant for Tran says he is not eligible for bail and has until tomorrow to turn himself in.
So this what we dealing with. We got them coercing people, giving them money. So they basically just find somebody on the streets, give them a few dollars and say, hey, we want you to pin this on this guy. You know, and that's crazy, man. And this has been going on for decades, man. So when do we appoint someone and put someone in office that's really going to address this? Or do we just keep going over different police chiefs, different mayors, calling in the feds, and nothing is happening? We got some grassroots out here, and I know that this could change. So right now, we need to focus on changing this.
Now, the Oakland Police Department wouldn't comment on this case, citing it's a pending investigation. And so far, we haven't received a response from the Alameda County District Attorney's Office for more comment on this case.
You know, since we're going to talk about this accountability issue, our mayor now, she's of Asian descent, and this officer is of Asian descent. So I feel like, you know, they talk about how we target them. This is the total opposite. So let's talk about how they targeted us now. Let's flip this. Come on. We want the same energy now. So that's what I'm talking about. This needs to be addressed. And I need her to come to the podium, wherever she needs to come, and address this in our favor and let us know that this is a problem, how we've been targeting. Gentrification played a major part. I'm telling y'all. Which also brings me to this key word, reparations. You know, that word means so much, you know, being redemnified for a loss or something like that. And this is the type of stuff that is still going on. And this is why we need reparation to make up for all these type of atrocities, man. This has been going on in every city, man, not just in Oakland. It's all over the world. And that's why that key word reparation means so much. And it's not just about money. It's about rights, civil rights that we need. Okay. I want to thank you all for tuning in. I also want to say God bless those going through the struggle. And make sure you watch out for them cold narratives that the government trying to push on us, y'all. To all my black people, I will be nothing without y'all. God bless you all.